shining while my heart is repining. She says, Donnie, don't try to tease me. Oh, no, no, Donnie, you cannot squeeze me. Oh, July to July, you are my honey. July to July, I'll give you my money. July to July, you are my baby. July to July, oh, we'll get married, maybe. She says, Donnie, if you've got some money, then you can be my sweet little honey. I'll drink plain soda, you drink your rock and rock. We'll be so happy, Donnie, you and I. Oh, July to July, you are my honey. July, July, I'll give you my money. July to July, you are my baby. July to July, we'll get married, maybe. Oh, July to July, you are my honey. July to July, I'll give you my money. July to July, you are my baby. July to July, we'll get married, maybe.
I'd like to be an astronaut and fly around the stars. I'd search for signs of life on Jupiter and Mars. But I'll never be an astronaut, and the reason it is clear. I can't be an astronaut, cause in space you can't drink beer. You can't drink beer in outer space. Can't get that bottle to your lips with a helmet on your face. You'd look as funny as can be drinking beer in zero gravity. Oh, you can't drink beer in outer space. Perhaps I'd be a surgeon, that would be pretty keen. I'd remove gallbladders and kidneys and some spleens. But alas, it is true, that is not a job for me. I'll never hold a scalpel, you can't drink beer in surgery. Oh, you can't drink beer in surgery. Don't want your doctor drinking before your appendectomy. I must choose a vocation that doesn't deal with operations. You can't drink beer in surgery. I could be a NASCAR driver, maybe I would be the best. All I'd have to do is drive real fast and then I would turn left. But I'd be fired in an instant and they wouldn't let me back. You can't be a NASCAR driver if you're serving around the track. You can't drink beer and drive NASCAR. But if you're up in the stands, then you definitely are. But you can't be on the bottle when you hit that throttle. Oh, you can't drink beer and drive NASCAR. So don't drink if you're running a museum. You can't have beer working at the bank. You can drink beer on duty in the army, cause you can't have a drunk driving a tank. If you want beer on the job, you can't be a fireman. If you want to drink at work, you should have joined a polka band. You can't drink beer in outer space. Can't get that bottle to your lips with a helmet on your face. You'd look as funny as can be drinking beer in zero gravity. Oh, you can't bring beer in outer space. You'd look as funny as can be drinking beer in zero gravity. Oh, you can't drink beer in outer space.
Hi everyone, this is Marianne Vogel and I'm from the Cleveland Kurentovanje 2021 Festival Planning Committee. I am talking to you from beautiful and cold Cleveland, Ohio. And the Planning Committee is getting ready to welcome you to Cleveland Kurentovanje 2021 to scare winter away. And what a year that we need to scare winter away, eh? So I wanted to just invite you to our festival this year. We have so many wonderful things planned for you this year. That's right, because of the pandemic, we're not able to meet in person, but our planning committee has worked unbelievably hard and they were diligent in creating a wonderful virtual event. Every year, Kurentovanje just gets bigger and better. And that's no different this year. This year, Kurentovanje is a global event. We have friends from Canada, Japan, and Slovenia coming this year to be part of Cleveland Kurentovanje. Of course, we miss having you, and we cannot wait to see you next year in person again. But until then, you need to be part of this year's event. We actually are blessed to have a planning committee that is solely made up of volunteers. Without them, this event would not be possible. But there's something else that we need, and in this year of challenge, I do actually hate to ask, but it is necessary. We could really use your donations to help offset this year's costs to create this virtual event and to prepare for Kurentovanje 2022. There are a few ways that you can make a donation to us and to help support the organization. The first way you can help us is if you go to our Cleveland Kurentovanje website and hit the support link and make a donation. Please buy our merchandise. Wear Kurentovanje. That would be the best way to advertise what we're doing. And second of all, if you join us in our online events, you'll be able to get a text code where you can make a donation. And lastly, please share the events. Join us on Instagram, join us on Twitter, join us on Facebook, and please share away, because we've been growing Kurentovanje every year. And again, we can't be in person, but that doesn't mean this can't be the biggest and best Kurentovanje to date. And that's with your help. So friends, help us, join us, scare winter away. When you're at the virtual events, grab a glass of wine, grab a beer, join us for the concerts, and let's have so much fun with the Kurents, scaring winter 2021 away and bringing in springtime. Thank you so much for joining us in this week's event. Hvala lepa, na zdravje, and enjoy.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another day of Cleveland Kurentovanje 2021. We are on day 6, I believe. It's Thursday. We are here again for another cooking demo. I hope you guys are excited as I am. My name is Caitlin Peterson, and I'm your host again tonight. We have a lot of good stuff in store for you tonight. If you've been watching all week, you've seen some great events with us, and just remember that all of those programs were recorded and are available on our YouTube channel. So please head over there to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. And while we're hitting buttons, if you're over there on Facebook watching right now, give us a like. Tonight we are doing 2 more cooking demos. The first is going to be presented by Mimi Kozina-Cupar. She's taking us on another journey in Slovenian sweets yet again. So let's hear it from Mimi. Let's take it away.
Dobrodošli. I would like to give a warm welcome to Mimi Kozina-Cupar. Mimi is a first-generation American Slovenian from Cleveland, Ohio in the USA. Mimi is proud to have a strong history and deep Slovenian roots, and these traditions continue in her own family now, as her beautiful daughter Caroline dances with the Kres dance group. Mimi has been heavily involved in the Slovenian community for a long time now. It is truly a pleasure to have her here with us today to take us on a journey in her Slovenska Kuhinja to teach us how to make sirovi štruklji. The floor is all yours, Mimi.
My name is Mimi, and I was asked by Slovenska Kuhinja, by Michelle, if I would do a demonstration how to make sirovi štruklji. So just a little background on me. I live like 20 minutes east of Cleveland. My dad was born in the Ribnica. My mom was in Maribor. My mom went through the camps in Austria. So I've had pretty strong history and been involved in the Slovenian community for a long time, singing at St. Mary's Church, at quarter time. I used to sing with Vasily Gortzi and Alpine Sextet, so I was pretty involved. So let's go ahead and get started. what I have here, I always double my recipe. I have about 4 to 5 cups of sapphire flour unbleached. I start with, I do a little bit of salt for the dough. I put in 2 eggs. That's 1. 2 eggs, and I put 10 tablespoons of sunflower oil. I'm lucky I have my daughters being my videographer today, so very lucky about that. She's the techie one. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and maybe I'll put a little extra one in. So I do that, and I put a little bit of lemon, fresh squeezed lemon in here. It helps make it a little bit more elastic, the dough. I'm going to add, I have about 2 cups of lukewarm water. And what I'm going to start doing is just kind of incorporating the ingredients. Just kind of stir this together a little bit so it comes together. And once we get it kind of together, then we have to kind of use our hands and get our hands in this. I remember growing up, I was always so afraid of doing dough. My mother always said she was afraid I would never do any of this because I wouldn't do this growing up. But somehow, you know, you get an interest. I think it stays. It's in your blood, and it's how you grow up and what you're raised with, and then you want to continue these traditions for your family. So, especially this past year, how we were all kind of hunkered down at home. So, it was kind of a good time to do this. All right, so I got this a little bit together. I'm going to add a little bit more flour. It's going to be like a stickier little dough. A bit more flour, and then I'll start with my hands. It's still pretty sticky, so I'm going to add a little flour. As you can see, it's still a little sticky here. I'm going to keep working with this. It just takes a little bit of playing with it and getting kind of the right feel for it and the right texture. Just trying to work in more flour so we get it into like a dough here. And I'm not like the most professional one doing this. It's become a really nice hobby, something I enjoy to do. For me, it's just become very, very calming, especially this time since we're all kind of at home. So, and I just take a lot of pride in doing stuff at home that you don't really have to go out. So it's starting to come together. I'm still going to add some flour. Just keep trying to work it in. You want to do this till all the flour is kind of incorporated and that it's not sticky, that it doesn't stick to the bowl or your fingers. So it just takes a little bit of time. And once we get this together, then we'll let it rest a little bit. I let it about 1.5 to 2 hours to rest with the towel, kind of in a little warmer place. And the longer it rests, the better it is, and it's pretty elastic. And I know I started with Štruklji because I remember my mother always made these growing up. And my mother at this point can't really remember what she put in all this, a little bit, but not exactly. So I started doing some research and was looking on YouTube, and I remember there was one lady, this Mama Slauka, so she's like in her 90s from Slovenia, and she actually, I don't know if it was her granddaughter, somebody filmed her doing it. So it was a good start for me, and then I would like tweak it a little bit, and I was so proud of myself when I made them the first time in May, or in March, and I've been doing them quite a few times, so pretty neat. We got a nice cold winter day today, like 16 degrees outside, a little bit of snow. So it's a good day to be doing this inside. So you just want to work it. Almost done. And then this part will be finished. And put that in a little warmer place for a couple hours. We'll put this aside. And we'll let that rest. So this is how I do the filling. So I have my recipe is doubled. So I use 4 cups of farmer's cheese. You can use cottage cheese, any kind of soft cheese. So I have about 4 cups of that. And what I've also done, I did ground up some buttered breadcrumbs, which they have to be cooled. So I already have those ready to go. I will put that in this cheese mixture as well. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of sour cream in this mixture, in the filling. One, 2, 3, 4. The sour cream. And I'm going to put 4 of the vanilla sugars. Just try it out with my hands. Okay. Got some vanilla sugar. 4 packages, and you can do it to taste. And then you can add a little bit more. You can make them savory, you can make them sweet. And when we roll out the dough and add the filling, you can add more sugar if you like, to whatever taste you like. And then what I do is I'm going to mix this up, stir it up. I'm going to use these good old Liebenschke Lasina Glitze, his wooden spoon, where my dad's family still sells the Liebenschke Roba. So I have a lot of that here that I have brought back from Slovenia. So I have this cheese mixture here. And then what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of some of these breadcrumbs. Incorporate some of these breadcrumbs that are already cooled. They're just sauteed butter and breadcrumbs. And then I'll mix that up. What I found is if I put more, which is okay, it'll make the filling not like spread, and I just kind of spread the filling, and I'll show you. It could be a little bit difficult to spread then, the more of that, because it'll make it not as soft. So that can be to taste too. Okay, so this is our filling, and our filling is ready to go. It comes out to be, it's nice stretchable dough here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flour my cotton sheet here. Put flour down. This is the fun part. Hopefully my Caroline over here is taking notes on what, maybe she'll make one next time. She has, with leftover I had, she has done it before. Okay. I'm going to take the dough out. I'm going to put a little flour. You can see it's pretty nice. Stretches pretty nice. What I end up doing, I'm going to end up rolling it a little bit and then start stretching it. And it really gets so big that it stretches this whole island usually. So just try to roll it a little bit to get it started. Just kind of start from the middle. So I'm going to start just with the palms. And I am by far not an expert at this, so definitely how well it stretches. It's like phenomenal dough. So you don't have to be an expert. You can make mistakes. You can have holes. It's okay. It's all edible. So I've got some nice music playing. I don't know if you can hear that. It's from Franz Mihalic. It's from where my dad's from. As you can see, it's pretty good to stretch. Doing this first time on the camera, so it can make anybody a little nervous. So use some of this filling. You do a little bit 3/4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling it. Just kind of get it started. I've got one big strudel. So what I'll do now, I'll get my dish rag. I have these nice white cotton cloths that I got. Then I cut. This just helps prevent so it doesn't stick. Once you get the cheese filling, you can add more sugar to it, if you like. So sometimes I think that vanilla sugar is enough for us, and sometimes you can add a little sugar to the butter breadcrumbs if you want. You can do that. So I just pretty simple. I always say if I could do it, anybody could do it. Hey, what counts is that it tastes good, hopefully. Right, Caroline? This is like our favorite in our family. Roll that. Have some twine. And we'll tie the ends. Put one lightly in the middle, just because it's kind of a big one here. I never do anything small, so like it's always in big quantities. Right, Caroline? Yep. Okay, so that's one. Get my breadcrumbs on here. Just try to loosen up these ends a little bit so the filling doesn't come out. Okay. I'll put one in the middle too. Lightly here, just to keep it in place. And there our 2 Štruklji here. So I'm gonna check here. I've got a big 20-quart pot, which is boiling. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in the boiling water. And I'm gonna grab my tongs here. Push it in. So we will leave this in there about 20 minutes. So it's boiling salty water. We'll let that cook there for 20 minutes. And what I have here is I already have some buttered breadcrumbs that we're going to use to put on top of the Štruklji when they're done. Okay. So we'll let them cook and then we'll be back to slice them and present them ready to eat Štruklji. And maybe we'll have a little, I made some homemade slivovitz, but it's like a liqueur. So maybe we'll have some liqueur with Štruklji. Okay? All right. This is our second one. It gets pretty messy. Okay. You got it pretty fast with this. Again, it's very, very hot. Okay, so we will continue here in like a couple minutes, and we will be back with the finished product. All right, so it looks like we're almost finished here. So our Štruklji are all cut up. I'm gonna put a little buttered breadcrumbs over them. They look so good. So I think we're gonna try one. I wish you were all here. You can all have some. So we're gonna go in. Maybe Caroline and I will share one. Hi, Caroline. This is my Štruklji. So I hope today was a little informative on how you make Štruklji, and it was really nice to do this. Thank you, Michelle, for the invitation. First time I've ever done anything like this, so thank you very much. And na zdravje with my homemade slivovitz, my little liqueur. So na zdravje, have a good day. Take care.
Wow, Mimi, that looked incredible. All of that stretching. What a feat. But the results were beautiful, and I'm sure more delicious than they looked. And I don't know what you're saying about you not being a professional at it, because that is amazing. I'm thoroughly impressed and wish I could try that. I want to ask everybody watching, comment below if you plan to make this one, because I know I will at some point. Thanks, Mimi, again. And before we get into the next video, the next cooking demo, I wanted to take this time to remind everyone that if you can, we will welcome your donations. The easiest way to do that during this presentation is to text current cooks to 44321. And all donations help us offset the cost of putting this virtual event on this year. And any donation of $10 or more will get you entered to win one of the Cook Eat Slovenia cookbooks. We heard from Špela on Saturday this week, so if you are interested in making a donation, that's how you do it. Text current cooks to 44321. Her cookbook is also available on the website culinaryslovenia.com/cookbook. All right, we are ready for the last cooking demo of the week. We're going to head back to Maribor, Slovenia, to VSGT, which is the Vocational College of Hospitality and Tourism. I'm not sure if you guys know, but the VSGT, they do have a restaurant connected with their school. It's Restaurant 7. And it was actually awarded a Michelin plate last year. In fact, they were one of the only Slovenian restaurants to be awarded a Michelin plate in 2020. So that's quite impressive. If you're ever in Slovenia, make sure you check them out. Those young chefs have been showing us some great things this week, and tonight is no different. So I'm going to kick it off to Ines Zupans, who's going to prepare fried chicken, and of course, the zero waste version afterwards.
Hello everybody. Sebastian, the chef of Restaurant 7, is going to prepare some fried chicken for you. So-called Maribor's fried chicken, or chicken death. He's using a young chicken. It has around 1.5 kilo. And he's cutting it into smaller pieces. So we see the thighs, the wings, the breast. Each piece of meat should have its own piece of bone, so the fried chicken is nice and juicy. When baked with a bone, and as you can see, he has prepared some hard flour, some eggs, some breadcrumbs, and also some frying oil. But first, let's prepare the meat. So people in Slovenia are sometimes deskinning the meat, but traditional, we always baked the chicken with the skin. So this chicken will be served for 4 persons, 4 portions. And it's quite essential in Maribor to serve it with some green lettuce salad made with pumpkin seed oil, or with some potato salad made with onions and pumpkin seeds. So as you can see, we have now 12 pieces of meat, and they are being salted and season it with some black pepper. If you want it more spicy, you can also use some spicy paprika on top of this. And now it's time for the last act. So first, Sebastian is preparing the egg mixture. He will whisk a couple of eggs for that. And now it's time to roll the meat in flour. Then in eggs. And at the end, in the breadcrumbs. So we have a nice Vienna style fried chicken, but with Maribor touch. In the meantime, prepare the frying oil, or also lard can be used for that. So the oil should have around 160 to 70 Celsius degrees, and it takes around 20 minutes for the chicken to be baked. Now, very traditional for Maribor was that also the chicken liver were prepared on the same manner than the meat before. So just roll them in flour, in beaten egg, and in breadcrumbs, and they're going to be fried for a very short time, around 5 to 7 minutes, and they're going to be a nice addition to this dish. You can see how Sebastian is also preparing some decoration. He's frying the flat parsley. And now he's putting the meat into a frying pan, and it will take around 20 minutes for the chicken to be fried. As you can see, very nice color. Very traditional Sunday lunch in Maribor. And now the chicken is ready to be plated. Just use a serving plate. And serve the chicken with some fried parsley. You can also add some lemon wedges. And this is it. Maribor's fried chicken. Ali mariborski puhani piščanec. Dober tek. Hello everybody. We are preparing a zero waste chicken dish. So if there are any leftovers from the fried chicken, we will prepare it in the salad. So use some grain mustard, some apple cider vinegar, and of course, if we are cooking Maribor style, we use pumpkin seed oil to finish this salad dressing. Quite a lot of pumpkin seed oil. And some salt. Add some spiciness with black pepper. And whisk all together. This grain mustard is quite typical for Slovenia. It is also called ženov, and it is always eaten with some cooked beef. Now for finish, we pour the salad dressing on top of the different kind of lettuce and radicchio. We mix it well. So all the leaves are covered with dressing. And this is quite a popular dish, especially in summer. Now the salad is ready to be served. So use a bowl or a plate. Add some radishes or some spring onions on top of the salad. And some fried chicken meat or some fried chicken livers. And voila! You have a zero waste fried chicken salad. Dober tek. Solata z ocvrtim piščancem.
Yummy fried chicken. Thank you, Chef Sebastian. That looks awesome. I want to just take this time to thank all of the presenters, all of the chefs who shared their recipes and tips with us all this week. It's been amazing. The cooking demos have ended, but the cooking doesn't need to end here. If you have not already donated, please consider donating. And like I said, $10 minimum donation will get you entered to win one of Špela's cookbooks, so you can continue on your Slovenian cooking adventure. And if you haven't already joined the Facebook group Slovenska Kuhinja, do that, because you'll see tons of demos just like these, where Michelle, the founder, is spreading the love through Slovenian recipes over and over again. So make sure you guys check that out. And I wanted to also, just before we end today, talk about the upcoming events for the rest of the week. So Friday and Saturday, these are our big days. So Friday night will be the current jump. It'll be live streamed. We'll hear from Patty C and the guys who will be performing. Saturday is chock full of more great events with a virtual concert in the evening. You'll be picking your t-shirts up from Collision Bend on Saturday. If you registered for the current-5K, you can still register for that now. The running goes on all month. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you to our sponsors, to our supporters, to everyone who's been participating, and to everyone who's coming back tomorrow and Saturday. We're so excited that we were able to put this event on virtually this year. We can't wait to see everyone back next year. So thanks for watching, and that concludes today's session.